You're listening to Don't IEP Alone with Special Education Advocate Lisa Lightner. For more information about Lisa, the IEP Toolkit, and more ways we can help you in your process, go to adayinourshoes.com. Now back to the show with your host, Lisa.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in. This is Lisa Lightner, and this is Don't IEP Alone, my simple little podcast about IEPs. Welcome back after a few weeks off. I just needed a break. What a I don't even know where to begin. It's been a month, hasn't it? Okay, so obviously the most notable thing, or I don't know if it's the most notable or if it's just because it's the most recent, but of course the big piece of legislation was passed by the House and the Senate, I think Wednesday and Thursday, and then signed into law by the president on, I don't know, Thursday or Friday. So I think they're still calling it the Big Beautiful Bill. This was his signature piece of legislation that will advance his agenda. And for all those deniers last year and at election time who said, he doesn't even know what Project 2025 is, and he's not doing that. He's not a part of Project 2025. Basically, the agenda outlined in this bill parallels Project 2025. So, I'm not even here for the people who are going to try to deny this. I just watched a video last night. This woman was on the Titanic, and it was going down. And so they interviewed her. She survived, but so they interviewed her decades later. But she was in the very last lifeboat from the on the Titanic, launched from the Titanic, whatever you want to call it. And right up until the end, she said she did not think that the Titanic was going to sink. Mind you, she's literally on the sinking ship. And she said, well, people had told her that it was unsinkable and that it couldn't sink and it wouldn't sink. And so she refused to believe that the Titanic was sinking, even as she's on it while it's sinking. All that to say, I am not spending my time arguing with people who don't believe what is truly happening with this bill and with this legislation and with this legislative agenda that the Republican Party has. If you want to believe other things that make you more comfortable, if it makes you more comfortable to believe that you're not on a sinking ship, go for it. But I would say that we are absolutely seeing the fallout from all of the cuts that have been made. The tragedy in Texas is not the first weather incident where cuts have resulted in deaths. The spring tornado season across the South was also, folks there were victims as well. So it's not just the Texas thing. The Texas thing absolutely could have been prevented. If it makes you more comfortable to believe that, this is a one in a 100-year storm and a once in a lifetime storm that couldn't have been predicted, nothing we could have done. Again, if that makes you more comfortable to think that, nothing could have been done, then I can't tell you what to feel. But, with the technology available to us today, weather like that is predictable. So, yeah. So anyway, please don't lose hope. It's going to take time to undo this. And I know that I'm hearing a lot of, we'll wait till the 2026 elections and, then we'll get the House back and the Senate. We can't wait a year and a half to push back on this. So we need to keep pressuring our legislators now. The other thing is that there was a significant chunk of money, and that's going to be your action item for this week, please. There's about $7 billion that was supposed to be distributed on July 1st. And if you remember, the Department of Ed, one of their main functions is to distribute congressionally approved money. And this money was already approved by Congress previously. And he said no. He wants to make sure that it's not... He needs to make sure first that this money is not being used to promote a radical agenda. It's not his decision to make. Congress already approved it. Again, it was supposed to be distributed July 1st. Schools and districts and programs were counting on it, and they didn't get it. And I'm already hearing from several blog followers, website followers, subscribers, whatever, that programs are being cut because on July 1st, they were just told, hey, well, no, you're not getting this money. So programs that were supposed to start, July 7th, contingent on that money, are not happening. So I would call your senators and call your congressmen this week and demand that these funds be released. I would also consider calling your state, call your attorney general, call your governor, call your whoever leads your state Department of Education, and ask them to join in on any pending lawsuits, which I'm sure are happening, to bring that money or release that money to the states. I mean, this is just getting to be such bullshit that he withholds this money time and time and time again, and the states have to sue. It goes to court, and the courts say, oh yeah, Congress already approved that, you have to pay them. I mean, the amount of money that this guy is wasting on lawsuits and forcing states and people to pay in lawsuits is just unbelievable at this point. But anyway, so that's your action item, is try to put pressure on your people to get that July 1st funding released, because I just hate to see these summer programs get canceled for these kids. One more thing, because I do try to keep it simple for you guys these days, and that is many of you are starting ESY right about now. A lot of programs just run, for basically the weekdays in July. Please do not forget to do a little check-in on your child's progress. Where are they now? What are you concerned about? And kind of do a spot check. So whether it's reading, whether it's following two-step directions, whatever the skills are that you're concerned about right now, do a little spot test and take some data. Since school ended, ESY is just beginning, and so on. There's nothing saying that parents cannot collect IEP data. There's nothing saying that only staff members can take it. I have data collection sheets in the IEP toolkit. I do believe that there's also a free one with the free IEP binder. So if you go to adayinourshoes.com/free-IEP-binder, I do believe that there's a data collection sheet or a goal tracker there as well. I could just put it in the show notes, I guess, couldn't I? Yeah, I'll put it in the show notes. How about that? Anyway, please enjoy the rest of your day. Please do not lose hope. Please stay engaged. This is going to be a long, drawn-out thing. We didn't get here by just one election, so we're not going to get out of this by just one election. It's going to take a lot more than that. But we have each other. I'm here for you, and we will see it through. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you for listening to Don't IEP Alone with special education advocate Lisa Lightner. We're so glad you've joined us and would love to connect with you outside of the show. For more information about Lisa, the IEP Toolkit, and more ways we can help you in your process, go to adayinourshoes.com. From self-care tips to common IEP mistakes, there's even more to explore. Don't forget to rate and review the podcast and subscribe to never miss an episode. Until next time, don't IEP alone, and you don't have to.